Today in the physics lab, we're going to look at the Flashlight Lab Part 1. Now, most of the videos that we've recorded for the lab just show us performing the lab, and then simply you get the data from that to work on your data sheet. But for today's lab, we're actually going to use a simulation. So I'm just going to show you how to set that up. So here, as you can see on the screen, we have Flashlight Lab Part 1 already pulled up. So, to get that, you just go to the lab section, click on the icon, and it brings up the lab. Make sure you write all this down in your lab notebook. So when we do this, we can go through this and it says, here are materials: light bulb, wire, and battery. If you're in person, then you'll do this lab with these physical materials. If you have these at home, feel free to do them on your own. Most people, however, do not have the tiny light bulb, and we need a tiny light bulb because we use a very small voltage to power it. So if you're at home and have to do this lab virtually, well, we have the virtual lab linked here in the sheet. So I'm just going to click here, and we're going to go to the simulation. So if you were to do this lab, all you have to do is just click Intro, and we just need to get those materials. So we need a wire, a battery, and a light bulb. Now, I'm not going to show you every single step. I'm just going to show you how to connect them once and disconnect it, and then everything else is up to you. So I have my materials, and if we go to the lab sheet here, it says in the procedure, step 1, you're going to find 4 different ways of lighting the light bulb. There's many more steps after this, but once you kind of get one way, the rest of them come pretty easily. And that's really our goal, is to make it so that it lights. So as it says in the instructions, the battery has 2 ends, here and here. The light bulb has 2 ends, here and here. And the wire has 2 ends, here and here. Now you'll notice that the 2 ends of the light bulb are actually the bottom of the light bulb and the side, because we want the light to come out the top. So to connect them together, you can move this stuff around however you want. One way I can do it, you'll notice that when I make a connection, it just wants to jump right on there. So you take that there, I place the wire here, then I take the other end of the wire and connect it there. When I let go, it lights up and we can see the electrons flowing. Remember that electrons flow in the opposite direction that we defined current to flow. So the last thing I want to show you here is just simply how to disconnect it. So you just go over here and you click on any one of these points that are connected, and you click the scissors and it disconnects it. So you can do that for all of your junctures here, and you'll be ready to make the second circuit. Remember, there's only 3 pieces in this circuit, the battery, the wire, and the light bulb, so they're not that different from each other. So your 4 circuits you make will not be that different. So remember, as you make these, you want to copy down a picture of each one of these things in your lab notebook. Now, when you do this, you'll notice that the wire is a little hard to see in this simulation. I would probably just draw the wire as coming out and around to the bottom of the battery. But remember, this is only one of 4 different ways, so the rest are left for you to find.